Hi, it's Thomas Gronnemark, the throwing coach. Here is my live throwing analysis of the game Manchester United against Aston Villa. It was a highly entertaining game for a neutral viewer, so I really loved all the goals and all the action there. But for sure the throw-ins could have been better. Let's first start with what do I analyze. First of all, this is a live throw-in analysis, so I can only see every throw-in once. There can even be a couple of them I can't see because of the camera filming other places. It's also important for me to say that I'm not analyzing my possession after X passes or X seconds, but I'm looking at are you either playing out of the pressure or are you creating something positive? Here I try to be as objective as possible. Again, it's important to say before I come with the numbers of the two teams that possession is not everything, because sometimes you can lose possession but have made a really good throw-in situation. Maybe you are just unlucky, or you have been taking a low risk high reward, where if the opponents are getting the ball, they maybe have, let's say, 80 or 100 meters to your goal. But again, let's go on with my analysis of the game, the numbers of the two teams. Let's start with the home team, Manchester United. First of all, their possession statistics on throw-ins under pressure where the players are marked is 50%. And 50% possession, that's for me medium. For me, medium range could be like 40 to 60%. If you go over the 60%, for me, it can be good. But again, possession is not everything, because there can be different pressure, there can be different situations. Sometimes you just have a safe possession, other times you create something great. So again, the possession statistic is only a small part of my analysis. Then I also have a number on in how many situations are Manchester United providing positive throw-in situations. And here is my number for this game for United, 40%. So you can say that 50% possession and 40% positive throw-in situations, that's pretty close. And so I think in some situations Man United did it quite decent, but in other situations they also did some of the basic mistakes, like coming too close to the thrower, bad space, or just unprecise throw-ins. So for sure, I think that, and I've seen that for a long time, there's a big throw-in potential at Manchester United there. Again, a medium game for them, but for sure, at least for the teams I'm coaching around the world, of course, it can happen that you have a medium game, but for sure you want to have great numbers where you can see that the players are creating space together as a team in different situations, in different areas of the pitch. So again, a decent game for Man United. One of the, again, typical mistakes that many teams are doing is that they are playing a short throw-in, maybe one or two passes, or maybe even directly, but after that you get a long ball up there, and most of the time you'll lose that. And again, I don't have any statistics for all games all the time, but normally I see you lose it in at least 80% of the time, and so, and then you might as well just throw it down the line. That's also a bad option, as at least if you haven't created great space. So, but again, they did quite okay in some of the throw-ins, but a big throw-in potential by Manchester United here. Then we're coming to Aston Villa, and I actually think they started really well with their first throw-ins. It was not all throw-ins who were good, but especially they had one in the 8th minute where they played the throw-in inside and made a switch. I really loved that. It's a great by Aston Villa. And when I saw the first couple of throw-ins, I thought, wow, they might have a really great throwing game. And again, they also had that the first quarter of the first half. But then it wasn't really good. And again, the numbers of Aston Villa is the possession, throw-in possessions under pressure, where the players are marked, is 33.3%, and that's really low. You can't be satisfied with that for sure, especially by a top team like Aston Villa. And they are really a top team this season, playing fantastically, but the throw-ins were not good. And then we are coming to how many positive throw-in situations are they putting themselves into, and here I only have 13.3%, so that's really bad. Again, I saw some positive things here, like one of the first throw-ins, actually the second throw-in here with the throw-in side and then the switch of play. But then the rest of the game, they had a single one that was quite good, but most of the other times they were losing the ball, again, quite often or really often, because they were doing some of the basics mistakes there. So again, like coming too close, not protecting big boxes where the players get the ball in their feet really well. They threw the ball into small boxes also. Often they threw it into small spaces where they had duels and so. And for me, they have a gigantic throw-in potential. And for me, one of the biggest mistakes that teams are doing with throw-ins is that they're just saying, we're trying to do this or this in this zone, like 2 options and maybe 2 options in that zone. But if that doesn't work, the players don't really have tools. So for me, it's much more valuable to create different team spaces, no matter where you are on the pitch in different situations, learning to read the opponent's defending patterns, and then cooperate with different spaces, sometimes safe, sometimes to try to create a chance with a low risk if you can that. Then it was also really special with Aston Villa's throw-ins here is that they actually created a couple of big chances for Man United. And the first one, the big chances there was like in the 47th minute, so in the second half, where United got a goal disallowed. Had they been a little bit more clever, United there, then they have scored on that. But that was after a lost throw-in from Aston Villa. And then we had in the 63rd minute, they had Manchester United got a big chance, or at least a quite big one, after a lost throw-in by Aston Villa there. So again, at least for this game for Aston Villa, a really bad throwing game, a big potential there. Also big potential in Manchester United in general. And again, what I want to see in the future, not only for these two teams, but just in the football world, that we can create so many different spaces, so we are not setting normal throw-ins up like corners and free kicks, because that will make, maybe that's quite easy to learn the players, but they're not using their football intelligence then. So again, this is my hope, to improve throw-ins all around the world, of course in the professional game, but also youth and amateur. But this was my live throw-in analysis of the game, Manchester United against Aston Villa. Have a great day. Bye bye.